Den.
Stravete.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Yes, we've had a week of changeable weather.
We definitely have. We started the week with friends coming to visit.
Yeah, and lovely weather.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
But Ivan, Teresa, Ivan's sister Vida and Dexter, of course, came to visit on Saturday.
We had a lovely meal, lovely time.
Yeah.
Got up not as early as we planned on Sunday.
No. Not down to me.
No, not down to Adam. No. Not down to me. Not down to Ivan. Pretty much down to me and Vida, I feel.
But then we were headed across to Hitrano to the market. Now I did say I would bring you pictures of Hitrano, but as we have people with us, it didn't seem right to wander around with a camera out. So
we'll do it one day.
We will get there. Yes, you will finally see what it looks like. But,
and the market, the fruit and veg market, was in full flow.
Oh yeah.
So we, despite not getting anything we went there for, because you can get cream at Hitrano Market, but
cream.
not on Sunday. They were out.
They'd sold out by the time we got there.
They'd sold out of bread
By
in
the
the
time
bread
we got
shop.
there, yeah.
But we did manage to get peppers, tomatoes.
Yeah, they'd sold out of salt and vinegar crisps in the supermarket. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, all the things we planned. But we did get, let's say, loads of fresh tomatoes.
We did.
I think Ivan had a sack of peppers.
He did.
So we have spent the first part of the week canning, preserving.
Yes, Lynn's made peaches from the peach tree. She's made some peach jam. With the tomatoes and the peppers, she's made lutenitsa, some tomato sauce, some tomato soup.
Yeah, we had fresh tomato soup, which I've never made before, and
lovely.
Delicious. Even Max liked it. That's the most vegetables we've got inside Max for a long time.
Yes. But of course, this time of year when peppers and tomatoes are in season, they're really cheap.
Really cheap.
So it makes sense to, well, make hay as the sun shines, as the saying goes. Or make tomato soup when the tomatoes are cheap. So that's what we did.
One of the other things the weather did was allow us to go up into the roof to see whether we developed any more leaks than the ones we knew about.
Yes.
Because we've had no rain here for months, so it's been very difficult to gauge
Absolutely.
what we needed to repair with the roof. But
we did say last week that we'd bring you news of our next project. Well, this is our next project. So it's now time to move on to our next project. Here's a bit of a clue of what we're doing. It's this corner of the roof and the chimney. Now, I'm not holding the camera at a strange angle. The chimney is leaning that much. That's why it's got to come down. We'll repair the roof and rebuild the chimney. Now, you may remember that last year I repaired this part of the wall that's above Max's bedroom, where the mud brick and the brick had begun to wash away and water was just pouring through there. Well, that solved that problem, but it didn't solve the problem of the roof. We had water coming down the back of the chimney here and wearing away the mud brick. That started off some of the problems we've had. We've also had water coming through here at the side of the chimney, again washing away the mud brick. Now that's dried out considerably since I did some work on the roof, but it needs replacing. It's basically not structurally safe anymore, and I'll show you why. This corner here is a junction where three different parts of the roof all meet, and they're supported on, well, they were supported on this column of mud brick. Now you can tell just by looking at the mud brick that that's not supporting as much as it used to. The roof has dropped, which has caused some of the leaks. So what we have to do is quite a lot of repair work. I'll run you through the list and you can see what's coming up. You can see how much this beam across here has dropped. Now that obviously needs lifting back up again. How we do that, I'm not entirely sure. It might be a case of cutting off the beam, sistering a new piece to it that's level, that will go on top of the newly built column in the corner. This wall here is one of the things we have to replace, so we'll remove the entire bit of wall and replace it with a block wall. That will then have the strength to support the beams when we put them back into the position they're supposed to be in. The other repair that needs to be done here is this wall here, which has got the door to outside on it, and if you can see up the top here, there's very little pointing in between the brick. It's the same at the bottom and probably behind the plaster that's on the wall. So I'll have to chip that off and repoint this wall just to strengthen that up as well. Another job up here is the chimney. I've shown you where the mud brick has worn away with the rain. What I haven't shown you is the row of bricks at the top there, which you can probably just about make out. Now they're slanting down at probably a 10-degree angle, which is what's making our chimney lean outside. So I need to take the chimney down, take the bricks off, and then bring this mud brick down to a level where I can make a concrete ring, which will be level, and then build up a level chimney. Last part of the job up here is this beam here needs replacing. It's fine until you get to this point, and then you can see where the water's come through the roof. It's rotted away the beam and the side beam here. It's gone through the floor, which is the ceiling of the hallway. It then went through the floor of the hallway. Well, we've repaired that, but I'm not repairing the ceiling in the hallway until I've done this. Stop the water coming through, stop the damage. Now this highlights why we have to do the roof as a matter of urgency. We've got rain today. It was very heavy earlier, but it's calming down now. But you can see the drip and hear the noise where it's going in the bucket. But yes, that's why we have to do this ASAP. So that's the next kind of big project, this part of the roof. Now as it goes along, obviously I'll show you what we're doing. My very first job though is to measure up, see what materials I use, make a list and get them ordered. I'm going to have Ivan from New Beginnings in Bulgaria coming along to help me. He kind of knows more about this sort of stuff than I do, so I'll be relying on his experience. Between us we'll get it sorted, but for now, start measuring. So I took advantage of Ivan being here at the weekend that he could come up into the loft and have a look with me to see exactly what needs doing. And I think we've formulated a plan, I think. But as I said in the video, he has more experience of these things than I do. So I'm going to be kind of relying on his expertise and learning along the way.
But yes, they both did some standing and staring.
Oh, we did that stage like, ooh, yes, kind of thing.
That's one of the reasons. That's the reason we were late to Hitchlow Market. It was
we stood for too long staring at ceilings and roofs.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But yeah, so that's coming up in the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll have a watertight roof ready for winter.
Yeah, we hadn't developed too many new leaks, had we?
No.
So it was.
I did come down after the rain. I said to Lynn, all the leaks up there I knew about, so we haven't got any new ones. And they weren't quite as bad as I kind of remembered them, but yeah. They still leaks and they still leak.
And we did have torrential rain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we would like to eliminate the bucket from the roof.
Definitely. Yes, but it's just another job ticked off on our tick list of jobs. Yeah.
And because the garden has now had some water, we can start clearing it, preparing it ready for fall and getting it. And
the woodland and all of that sort of area.
Things have started growing again. The strimmer may make a reappearance after its summer holidays.
Definitely. And maybe the hedge trimmer.
Yeah, I think the hedge trimmer definitely out the back. We need to use that.
Yeah, so that's been our week really. It's been planning and cooking.
Yeah. And temperatures have fallen, so it's in much nicer working level, isn't it really? It's that we're probably late 20s most of the time now.
Mid to late 20s, yes. Yeah. And in the morning it's almost cold. Yeah.
Almost not cold, really. But it feels cold after the temperatures we've had, and we can sleep at night with
a duvet.
We've even had the duvet on the bottom of the bed, haven't we? So yeah.
It is nice sitting out in the summer kitchen first thing in the morning with your coffee, watching the sunrise over the barn. Yeah. Listening to, well, it's not a lot about that time of the morning, but the dog's up the hill. But yeah, so we did have a slight issue with our summer kitchen on Monday and Tuesday, which I think was self-inflicted really. Yes,
I got a load of peaches that had come off the tree and fallen on the ground. They were nothing wrong with them, but they said they weren't quite ripe. But somebody said about putting them in undercover and wrapping them up in bags and letting them ripen up quite quickly, and they did. Yeah. Certainly enough for me to use to make peach jam. But they also, whatever gas they were releasing also attracted flies. We did have a couple of days of really bad flies.
Yes, Monday evening it was like a swarm of them.
Like, what is going on?
Eh? It wasn't like this at the weekend when we sat out here. But of course then we used the veg, cleared it up, and no food out there, and they've all gone away again.
Yeah, I mean they were all wrapped. The peaches were all undercover, but it was still.
It must have been the gas they were emitting.
Yeah, obviously the flies could sense it from many miles away and came.
Yeah, and invited their mates. So yeah, but that's all sorted now. We can use the summer kitchen again quite happily, with the normal number of flies you would expect, which is like 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah. They're not such an issue then, are they?
And as it gets colder, they'll go, and we can enjoy it to ourselves, and the cats.
Yeah, but there's definite feelings of autumn in the air, isn't there?
Definitely, yes. So, I think that probably brings you up to date with us.
Yeah, for this week it's been pretty much planning, preserving.
Yeah.
Planning and preserving week.
Yeah, I can start doing the prep work on the roof next week, so there'll be something a bit more interesting to look at rather than me just showing you what's wrong with it.
Yeah, hopefully the whole roof won't fall down while he's doing it, but we never know.
If it does, we'll just put it back up again. Easy as that. Yeah, and on that note, it's time for us to say,
stay safe.
Be well.
Doskoro.
Doskoro.